Face here. Treat it. Kenyat. Yes, welcome back to another Parents as Coaches videos. We're going to teach you how to trade with your child. Today, we're going to use these noodles. Now, some of the other videos we've done are less karate, more just skills based. This one is going to be very much karate based. These noodles are a great toy, however, you can use them for pretty much whatever you want. I probably should have been posting this right after, Christmas time, because wrapping paper tubes make fantastic noodles until they break, right? Because they all last only so long. But these are squishy. They're bendable, they move, they don't have feelings. You hit somebody with them, it doesn't hurt. Might scare a little kid because it's loud, but it doesn't hurt. You can pick these up from whatever favorite pool supply store or Walmart as we approach the spring and summer months if you do not have any. Also, we have more than enough, so if you'd like some, please do let me know. We can provide them for, I don't know what they cost. Come talk to me and we'll find out. We're going to use these mostly for targeting and then a little bit of blocking. And as we get higher and higher up in the ranks, we're going to do a little bit of joint manipulations. So I did not bring a helper today, but if you see, I have our versus bag set up here with a fake arm. So the first thing you can do, and I'm going to do both sides of this, but I'm going to have this guy be my partner in a second. He's going to pretend to be the adult. Is attack, is poke. Things going right for the face. Annoying, scary, right? I come up close to the camera, chapow. It's annoying. Kids don't like it. You don't like it. But that's the reality of self-defense, is things are coming at our face that we don't like. So the noodle is being poked at the kid. The kid has a chance. Here, can you hold that for me? Thank you. Kid has a chance to block, 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 block. Doesn't have to be right. Let me back up. This some of my adults hear all the time that my younger students probably don't hear. Wrong is getting punched in the face. That's bad. Don't want that happening. Right is not getting punched in the face. There's better and there's best. But as long as you're not getting hit in the face, that's good. So I want them to do a good inside block and a good high block and a good, that doesn't make sense for low block, but a good low block. Yes, of course. But more importantly, I don't want them to get hit in the face. So if they're giving you these little blocks right now, that's okay. That's good. We'll talk about why we do the double motion, the 3-point block and the chambers later. That's the first use of these noodles. Just poke your kids in the nose. The second use of them, might have seen it coming, is hit them. We can hit low, we can hit the other side, we can hit high, we can do inside blocks, we can do outside inside blocks, we can still poke them in the nose, we can poke them in the belly. They can work all these skills. And now they're not just doing the same thing up here, they're getting used to going low to protect their stomach, or now bringing their arm up high to protect their head, or across the body, or maybe suddenly they do something weird, like both hands come up. I want them to get used to being able to identify that object is coming in from that angle at that degree, and it's going to hit here at that time. I need to get my hand before there. That is a complex system of linear equations, or whatever that is, right? That's a lot of math. If I gave that to you on a physics test, you would hate me forever. But their little brains and our brains do it really fast. So I want them to be able to practice that, get used to that, seeing where that attack is coming from and reacting to it accordingly. The other thing this allows, because it doesn't have any feelings, and this is more for my bigger kids, is I can do my self-defense on it. I can do some of my other moves on it, full force, full power, right? We're talking about number one. This pad is punching toward my nose. I step back, block, elbow, boom. Can they elbow you as hard as they want? No. Depending on the age. But they can block this as hard as they want. Pow, boom, bam. And it makes an okay sound. It sounds better in person, I promise. Or we adjust this just a little bit more down. My kids all know this one. My students all know this one. This is number 3, snake in a tree. What they do with each other is they go around the arm, they grab, and they stop because they're nice, because elbows only bend one way. On the noodle, though, they can tighten up, and now they can practice the full motion, right? They can get the full twist of the elbow on a noodle that they cannot do or should not do on your elbow. So again, taking our self-defense skills as a reminder to help you with the numbers. 1 is squirrel, 2 is mac and cheese, 3 is snake in a tree, 4 is sea otter, and then 5 is Texas. 1, you grab their wrist, you take your right hand, grab their left wrist. 2, you take your right hand, grab their right wrist. 3, you take your right hand, grab their left shoulder. 4, you take either hand really, grab the lapel. And 5, you take either hand and grab their belt. So if I was doing this with a noodle, right, I'm now going to put my noodle on their hand, on their other hand, on their shoulder, on the lapel, on their belt. If I do this with my, can I flip his arms? Can I give him 2 arms? I always have a small plan when I come in these videos, but never quite know where it's gonna go. Look at that. Can I make his arm shorter? He's got 2 arms though, good for him. So 1, doesn't really require much. Pull, chop. 2 though, now I can hit his hand, right? Now I can chop down. If I do that slower motion, I'm chopping down on the wrist, pulling up on this hand, and coming in for the mac and cheese. Whether it's to you, the parent, or to your hand or noodle, whatever it might be, they get that motion, the idea of out and back in. 3, that shoulder grab I already showed, up, around, boom. And if you want to have a little more fun, they can pull the noodle out of your hand. It's going to teach the wrong motion because they're going to get more of an up motion than this tight motion, but at least they're using energy. At least they're finding their limits. 4 is a belt grab. Not a belt grab, a lapel grab. Grab, spin, pin, step backward, knife, elbow, down. Do it fast enough, the noodle's gonna whip out your hands. If it's an older noodle, if it's a little bit of dry rot, it probably might snap in half. This one will not though. It's new enough, right? Coming down, boom, and it snaps out of the hands. And then 5, can I do 5? 5 is that belt grab. So the bad guy's grabbing the belt, fist under, grab nose, right? Doesn't quite work. For my adults, they know that the alternate option is here. I press down with one hand, up with the other hand, boom, you get that snap. But we can do some blocks, some basic strikes, some basic self-defense with these noodles. Awesome. Turn, face here, 2 dude. Kenyad.